Welcome to the Real Talk Show. I am your host, Cynthia L. Robinson. I am so elated to be here this afternoon. As you are coming in, do me a favor, drop it in the comments where you're coming in from. I want to make sure we give you a shout out and just to let you know that we appreciate you coming in on the show. Also, do us a huge favor because tonight's show is going to be everything. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, Mr. Maximus. Mwah. And I just want you guys to know that tonight's show is going to be everything. I'm super, super excited for tonight's show. This young lady is fabulous. Oh my goodness. When we connected, we just connected and bonded on so many levels. It has been amazing. Again, if you're just coming in, drop it in the comments where you're coming in from. And I will definitely give you guys a shout out because we want to make sure that we let you guys know that we appreciate you and we love you. And we just want to know where you're coming in from. Again, I am your host, Cynthia L. Robinson. I am the visionary. I'm the CEO of Plans of the Righteous and of the Real Talk Show. If you have not already, invite somebody to the show. Invite somebody to the show. Tonight's show is going to be amazing. So if you have not done so already, make sure you just subscribe to the channel. Thank you. We got somebody coming in from Jacksonville. Yes, she is in the house. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you for coming in. We thank you for the love and all of the support. And we're going to bring our guests on the platform. Come from behind the curtain. Come on, come on, come on.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing so awesome. So excited to be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So listen, I am super hyped about tonight. I don't know if, I did have an event last night, but I don't know if I slept because our conversation the other day was so fabulous. We had such an amazing conversation and it was so on point. And I am just so proud of what you're doing. I just want to say thank you for saying
Thank
yes
you.
to coming on the Real Talk Show. And do us a favor, introduce yourself.
Hello, hello, everyone. Good evening. I pray that you've had a great weekend on this holiday weekend. My name is Clarissa Young, also Mrs. Sunshine State. I am a wife. I am a mother of four. I am the business owner of Finding Acceptable Balance Coaching, where I use my platform to share my story. You're going to get to hear so much of my story. I am a three-time published author. I am a life coach, a plus size fitness coach, size low impact coach. Ah, so many hats and titles.
I know you really do have so many hats. And I want to start off
Yes.
about your journey.
Okay.
Um, we're gonna I know that you're
Yes.
walking in your purpose, but do you think you're walking in your purpose?
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Like there's zero doubt in me that feel like this was not what I was on this sent on this earth for. So I guess let's tell a little bit about the journey. At my highest, I reached all the way up to 515 pounds. And at one point, I was like, Lord, why me? How me? How did it happen? Like I eat the same amount as everybody else. And it was like, how did this happen? And today, there's zero more questions about it. I'm like, Lord, I know that that was part of it. Did I need to get that big? Maybe not, you know. I'm like, Lord, I got it, you know. But however, I this is my purpose. I've lost this week celebrating 300 pounds lost. Yes.
Did
And
y'all hear that? 300 pounds down. Oh
yes.
my gosh. Yes, yeah, we should be seeing some something in the
Whoop
chat
whoop
here.
whoop whoop is what I
Yes,
say. If my fabs
that's
are on here, whoop whoop. And I'll tell you what that means later on as well. So like if you've ever been on a fitness journey and trying to lose weight at 515 pounds, I promise I probably can tell you I probably didn't experience almost every type of setback that you can say that you've had. And so hence this is part of my journey, part of my testimony, part of my reason for being here because that's what it is. This life is not about us, right? It's about
yeah,
us being able to reach back and give back. And so I had to be able to put some rocks inside of my book bag and carry those things for a little bit of distance so that when other people come up to me and they say, Clarissa, girl, I commend you for losing 300 pounds because I'm trying to lose 10. I can understand because like my friend, Mr. Leslie Brown, who I desire to be able to speak on the same stage with him, say he's lost the same 20 pounds 18 times. I
whoa,
totally understand. You know,
yeah, and and it's so okay. We're gonna go there because losing weight. Okay, y'all. I never had to deal with losing weight until now.
lucky you.
Okay, I never had to deal with it, but I never understood the struggle for somebody. I mean, I get it. I get it now. I get it now more than ever because, you sympathize,
Yeah.
but you don't mentally understand the struggle until you actually have had to go through it. When you think that you're eating right and you think that you're exercising and you're thinking that you're doing all that you're doing, and then see when you get on that scale and you see that it then went up instead of down. Why did I waste my time at the park walking? Why did I sit up there and do them jumping jacks? Why did I hurt myself doing those burpees that I didn't know how to do in the first place? That that's the struggle is real. So can you share with us what it looked like for you when you went through that? What was it that took you there?
I
And then
want you
let's
to
talk
take
about what
those
brings you back.
feelings. I want you to take those feelings that you have and multiply it even more because it's even and not to take anything from those feelings because those feelings are really really real, but it takes it to a whole nother level when you're pushing to lose 20 pounds and when you're pushing to lose 320 pounds.
Mhm.
Like I still got 20 more pounds to go to be at my goal, but yet my doctor still say, Rissa, even when you hit your goal, you're still morbidly obese. you know and so when I hit my goal, I'll still be 199, 195, about up in there. So technically I'm still overweight. And so now you have those feelings of why am I at this park? Why can't I eat this cake? But then also you're going through the other feelings of this thing gonna take forever. I'm not gonna never reach this goal. And if you happen to be one of those that have different comorbid conditions, which we know the comorbid conditions, high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol can occur at any size, but you
Yeah.
tend to be at higher risk when you're overweight. You're also dealing with these different things. Also, a lot of us deal with different mental things as well.
Mhm.
Isolation, don't want to go around different family members because we put weight on. A lot of people suffered with this during COVID. You know,
Yeah.
um, the also a lot of times because we have the fear of holding back from certain things, thinking maybe I'm not good enough because of my size, so I can't speak in front of an audience, even though my calling is for me to travel this world and speak. But because I'm this size, I can't speak. Or let me take it a step further, because my joints won't allow me to stand up for over 5 to 10 minutes. I
Ooh.
can't stand up at this podium and speak for all this time. So now, not only is this a weight factor, but this is also a career, a passion. All of this comes into place. My being able to spend time with my kids, like all of this. And so dealing with all of the emotions. So now you're dealing with the emotions of why am I doing this? Dealing with the emotions of being inadequate because you're not being able to be the mother that you want to be, sometimes because it's not an everyday thing. Some days are good
Yeah.
days, you know. And so just all of this is wrapped in,
Yeah.
and emotions roller coaster.
Yeah. So can you share with the audience? You touched on some 2 points that I want to touch on, and these are places that were probably dark for you. Um, One, you said that you felt like you weren't worthy to get on those platforms. Can you share that place that you was in when you was at that point?
Hmm. The feeling of the unworthiness. And I was listening to Ayana this morning, and even she hit my soul. Even today, she talked about how even at the point where she had already sold $6 million, and she was already speaking on the Oprah Winfrey show and not feeling worthy. Even today, at this point, sometimes Rissa still needs to speak to herself and say, Rissa, you're speaking to thousands of women, and you're giving them encouragement, and you need to know that you are worthy. Let me give you a prime example. I call myself the fitness motivator because I couldn't accept the term coach because
Mm.
coaches are skinny. And
What?
so it was hard for me. Even now, I still, even when some of my fabs say, that's my coach. Like, when I say coach out my mouth, like I have to, it's one of those words that has to be pulled out of my mouth. And when I would tell people, ask, what do you do? Uh, Fitness motivator. I'm a fitness motivator because I lost this amount of weight and this. When you have the average size person, they just say, I'm a fitness motivator, I'm a coach, I'm a this. Like I always felt like I had to justify myself. And this is even after I've lost, a couple 100 pounds, 200 pounds, but even before then, just the unworthiness, just feeling not necessarily reaching for anything in particular, just letting life go as
Mm.
the whatever hands is dealt is what's dealt.
Yeah, I can understand that because you do get in that place. Um, and I can only say because I know that my mom suffered. She suffered, and she still suffers. She suffers from the obesity. She suffers from the diabetes. She suffers from the joint pain. So when you said that, it resonated with me, and it helped me to understand that it's not just about, it's a whole mindset shift. It's a whole body impact. It affects the mind, the body, and the soul.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I know that she went through, and I'm leading to our conversation, is my mom did not go to church with us. She only went
Mhm.
on special occasions. Did
Mhm.
you ever get to a point, and you helped me to understand that maybe that was the reason why. My dad and my sister and I, we went to church every single Sunday. My mom made sure we went to church. She made sure we went to Bible study and to vacation Bible study and to church school and you name it. She made sure we was there. But in our conversation, you helped me to realize there was something that was holding her back. So, can you share if you ever went through something similar to that, where it held you back from being the very best version of you?
Absolutely. If it held me back from being the best version, I'm not sure. But I would definitely say that there's are things that I would have liked to go. There are
Mm,
things that I would have liked to do that I didn't get to do. Starting as young as my youth. The very first thing to where I came out and started to have some personality was prom. I went to prom by myself. I was the type of person I love to dance. I wouldn't dance in front of other people because I felt like if I got up and danced, the whole world would stop. And they were going to look at me and they were going to see it's the big girl that's up and that's dancing. And the prom was the first time that I ever got up and I danced. And even though I wasn't even the biggest one there, but I got up and nobody stopped. And that's when I was able to start dancing. But there were times to where many places I could not go because I needed to know if they were going to have chairs. I needed to know if they had chairs, what kind of chairs, if the chairs was going to have arms, if I was going to have to fight to make sure there was enough chairs that somebody wasn't going to steal my chair while I went to the bathroom. If they was going to have stairs there. If just it was so much different stuff that I needed to know. Where was the parking going to be? How far was the parking going to be? Um, it was so many other different questions. The event, those little metal things that you walk through when you're going up to a concert, and the security turntables, they gave me anxiety in the parking lot. Just getting ready to go through. Going on a flight, there's so many people that have not been on a flight because of the airplanes and being able to buckle the seats and so forth. Or every time when I go to the airport, I'm one of those that have to get personally checked down because the machines always beat me off. And so, like, there's just so many, other different things. I shared my story with you of my not my final breakdown, but my big breakdown that made me go ahead and say, I cried out to God and, like, God, if you don't help me, I don't want to be here. It was, we're here in South Florida, and it was Christmas time. May I go ahead and say
Yeah.
it was Christmas time?
Yes.
And it was festivities. The streets are lit up. It's so beautiful. Me and my son and my boyfriend at the time, which is now my husband, who had only been dating for a little while, we was going out to a holiday activity. Let me back up a little bit and let me tell you about me and my son's relationship. I was the type of person that wanted children before I was even old enough to say I wanted children. I was ready to be a mama. Like my cup says for my son, he got me for Mother's Day, Mama Bear. I
Amen.
am very
That's
much
right.
Mama Bear. Like me and my kids, don't tell me about my kids. Um, and me and my kids did everything together. At that time, I had one biological son, but we did everything that we could do together sitting down. We went to the circus, it was sitting down. We did arts and craft, it was sitting down, sitting down, sitting down, sitting down. Me and my boyfriend get together. He likes to be out and about. That's when I realized that I was out of shape. I didn't really notice I was out of shape until him and I got together. And so we're down at the Los Olas event during Christmas time, and my son's face in the car is so excited. He's lit up, and Mama on the inside is panicking. We get to the event, lights are everywhere. It's probably about a third of a mile or so of a walk, but Mama barely can stand for over 5 minutes without being in excruciating back pain, like something is just drilling in my back. I can't take my chair. That's too embarrassing to walk with the chair. Um, and so we get there, and I go find the first place I can sit. We parked, and I promise it was maybe a 5 minute walk for us. The average person could have walked in 1 minute, and I sat down. But my baby said, "Can I go walking?" And the boyfriend said, "I'll take him." As a mama, with the boyfriend that I trust, do I tell my son, no, you can't go because you have to sit here with me? So now I have that feeling of, do I hold my child back from having
Mm,
fun? Or do I let him go and experience? And I'm not there. So I let
yes.
him go. I let him go. But I'm watching everybody else there with their family. This is the holiday time, and I'm sitting there, and they're walking off. And Mama can't. Not Mama didn't want to. Not Mama was too lazy. So many times when people don't understand, they like, just put the cookie down. The cookie gives me endorphins that make me feel better. There were times when I intentionally ate to make myself feel better. Not that I was an overeater. I never really felt like I overate, but I would eat to feel better at times.
Yeah.
Um, but Mama didn't walk because Mama was in pain to walk. And
Hmm.
so they went ahead and they came back, and they had pictures with my baby with the little cute little reindeer antlers, and they were together. But Mama wasn't in the pictures.
Mm.
It hurt my, it hurt my It hurt my heart to see my baby in pictures and memories that I'm not in. The
Yeah.
kids that I've wanted all my life. This is what I want to do all my life. I couldn't fathom the thought of not being there, not being in his memories, not being able to be a part of those memories, to just see of the memory, And so we got in the car and I didn't say much of anything. If we lived maybe a mile away, it felt like a 2 hour ride. And
Hmm.
put my baby to bed. I went in the room by myself. Boyfriend, husband slept out on the couch because he knew what was going on. But I wailed. I wailed to God and I said, God, if you don't help me with this situation, I don't want to be here. And if I'm not going to be here, who else going to take care of my baby? So do I take my life in his life? Yes. I thought about it. You know, I thought about it. And thank God he answered.
Yes. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Mm,
Thank God he answered. Which is another point that we want to kind of brush up on is we're actually this month is mental health awareness month.
yes.
And so often people walk around holding things inside and they don't release it. And here the outside looks fine, but there's so much brokenness in the inside.
I was your social worker. I was your bubbly family member. I was the one that everybody said, such a pretty girl, big, pretty face, big body. That's people so quick to say that one. You know, I was the one that everybody came to advice. I was the one that contemplated suicide several times a week.
Mm,
Speak to people, show people love. You never know how much they're hurting on the
amen.
inside. You never know. I felt hopeless. I felt like I've been at 10 years old, I was 100 pounds. At 13 years old, I was 309 pounds. At 20 something, I was 300 and something pounds. And then I got all the way up to 515 pounds. The scale kept climbing and I've been dieting. It wasn't like I just decided to try to diet. I remember being 13 years old trying to like figure out macros and creating special diets and doing all this different stuff. People want to know, Rissa, how do you know all this information? Because I've been doing this since I can breathe, you know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't happening for me. It wasn't my time. I had
Yeah.
to throw some more bags, some more rocks in a bag and understand, you know, how to get this thing done. But yeah,
I know that you have a relationship with God.
yes.
Did you ever get mad with God when you wasn't seeing the results, when you were at your darkest moment? Share with us if you ever had that moment of you being upset with God, because some people think it that if they're upset with God, that they can't come back.
Hmm.
So share with the audience if you've had that a moment, that emotion, and how did you come out of it?
I've been upset with God, but not about the weight. I've never been upset with Him about the weight because I guess this is one of those things to where I've blamed myself about the weight, and so I just sought after Him to help me with it. The I will share. I do think that this is important to still share, so I will share where I did find myself upset with God. Um, During this journey, this 8 years journey of losing weight, I did have the gastric sleeve surgery 8 years ago. 2 years post-op having the gastric sleeve surgery, me and my husband, once it was safe, decided that we was ready to have a child together. This would have been our first child together. And I wasn't at the goal weight, but we were ready to have a child. And we got pregnant and I was gaining weight fast, 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 fast with this pregnancy. In like 6 weeks, I put on 20 pounds in this pregnancy. And then I started to miscarry. But a lot of people say, well, Clarissa, I spotted during my pregnancy and so forth too. You're going to be okay. The miscarriage lasted for about 3 days. But I was praying to God, saying, God, I asked for this baby. I've been praying that you would not do this, not let me miscarry. And I miscarried. And I felt like it was dangled in front of my face,
Wow.
you know. And so we did miscarry, and I did get upset with God. I thank God that I was in church, because I've been through foster care. I've been through another separation of my family. I've been through traumatic breakups and just different things. And I've never turned my back on God before, but this particular time I was upset. I was only upset for a couple of days, thank God, but I had a pastor that I was able to tell, I'm angry with God
Yeah.
right now, you know. And she was able to show me love and share someone else's experience and pray with me to turn that thing right back around. And 3 months later, um, 3 months and 20 pounds later, I got pregnant with Abram. And now Abram is 5 years old. And my little Abram,
Amen.
he would not be here had it not been for that miscarriage. I wouldn't have been able to have him, you know.
Wow.
And so I wound up putting back up some more weight and so forth. And so, but however, it was able to turn it around. He didn't leave me nor forsake me, you know.
So, what was the point for you for your transformation? Because you transform you not only your body, but you transform your mindset, you transform mind, body, and your soul. And which is, I think that what you're doing is so impactful because one of the things that God shared with me is He told me that for you to be for you to do my work, you have to go through some things for you to be able to share it. So one of the things that for those who know, I write devotional planners,
Mhm.
and it's only because of God. But
Amen.
there was a point where I was like, okay, you gave me this title, God. You told me what you want me to write, but you gave me the title, but I need the meat of it. Where's the meat? Okay.
Mhm.
And he explained to me that I wasn't writing it because I hadn't gone through it yet.
Mhm.
So all the stuff that you've gone through is your testimony, and you're impacting your journey has impacted so many people's lives. You now have a whole community of ladies that long to speak with you. They long for you to. I almost said the word coach, but I almost bit my tongue off.
You can say it. I just have a hard time saying
I thought about it. I was like,
it. You can
so
say
you know,
it.
you are literally impacting people's lives with what you're doing. So, can you share with the audience how you've taken your journey and you've created this space, this safe space for people that are going through the things that you've gone through?
God tricked me. Honestly, it's just been a matter of me being transparent, sharing my journey, and truly caring about people.
Yeah,
Truly saying, this is what I'm going through. I'm not trying to say that I'm this expert, I'm this, I'm this that. And God trying to stop my mouth with that. Stop saying that you're not an expert, Rissa.
I
You
was
know,
gonna say you've earned that title.
that's
You've
that
earned
worthiness. That's that worthiness.
you've
But my
earned that
my
title.
point. My point of just saying is just that I'm another sister that's been through something, and I want you to know that truly, if I can do it, that you can do it, and I want to see you to be able to walk up a flight of stairs and not have to huff and puff. I want to see you to be able to go be silly and climb up under the kitchen climb up under the kitchen table when your husband come in the house and he like, what the heck is you doing? Just because you can, you know, and you can get up off the floor with no problem. Like I want to see you be able to ride in a roller coaster or get on a horse or this is what this is about for me. You know, yes, I look nice in my dresses and I can appreciate that as well. But it's about the health. It's about being able to do stuff with my kids. And I felt hopeless. I felt hopeless. And for me to just be able, when I hear other women saying, Rissa, you have changed my life. Because
Yes.
of you, I now believe that I can do it. Because of you, I now get up and make myself look pretty when I haven't done this in years. Because of you, I now feel like I have a reason to live again. Because of you, I'm now doing stuff again with my kids. Because of you, like, and I take all of this and I'm like, because of you, God, you know, continue to tell me how to treat your people, Lord. Continue, these is your people, Lord. Tell me what to do. I don't take any of this credit. I pray to God all the
Amen.
time, Lord, how to run this program. Lord, what to
Yes.
say to these people? All right, Lord,
Yes.
you didn't gave me a new project, Lord. Okay, what to do.
Okay.
The first book, when the first book was given, what to do. Honest, God has to give me because I do battle anxiety. And so if he gives me a whole project at one time or
Mm,
something that I'm not familiar with, I'm like, ah. So he gives me a
listen.
little bit, and then next thing you know, it's turned into this beautiful project. But he had to
Yes.
give me just this little bit, and I say, okay, Lord, you know.
Hmm.
And I just thank
Yes.
God that if any of my fab sisters was watching, that he started to give me errands to come and help me along with this, to be able to, because it's you only can be one you, and you only can do so much by yourself. And so there's other people that's lining up with me and that's seeing the vision and that's helping me to be able to move this thing forward to impact more people. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. And I totally understand the what you just said about how God gives you your assignment. He
Yeah.
gives it. Some people he can just throw it on and he give it to them and it's ready. Okay, you're done. And then because he knows us so well, he knows his
Yes.
children. He knows us. And because he knows us, like you, it's the same way that he had to piecemeal me the assignment.
Yes.
Because sometimes when God give you an assignment and it's so big, you'll run. You won't
Yes.
move because you
Yes.
feel like, oh, I'm not equipped for this.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
not equipped for this.
I
But
tell
God
people,
equips us.
if you would have told me, let's say now, if you would have told me, let's go back maybe 6 years ago now, because I opened up my business in 2017. So if you would have told me about 6 years ago that I would be your fitness coach, I would be like, boo, I barely like to exercise. And it wasn't and it wasn't that I didn't like to exercise. I just didn't know what exercise I liked. So I thought I was lazy. It wasn't that. And so if you find that you think that you're lazy, maybe you just haven't found what you enjoy yet. But you couldn't tell me that I was have a following that I have right now. My Facebook was
Mhm.
crickets back in the day. Your Mrs. Sunshine State, your Mrs. competing amongst other queens. Oh, I don't. I'm nervous when people see me walk because I'm bow-legged in one leg, walking in heels. I got arthritis in both knees, threatened to be a WMUT by the age of 50. Ho is doing all of this stuff. Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
And this was just a
And
couple of
since
years
you,
ago.
and actually, let's touch on that because, you know, people say things and their words can be so hurtful and they
Yes.
don't know what place you're at or what place you're in.
Yes.
You experience something and that person, you had to actually get that person straight. You had to
Yeah.
tell him, no, you're no. So can you share a little bit of that story
Yes.
of how a doctor wanted to place something on you that you rebuked and say, no, not me.
Not me. And let me tell you guys, just as bubbly and bold as I am before you right now, I am normally back then the type that would, and some of us are that way when we go inside the doctor's office. And I'm not telling you to be combative with your doctor, but some of us are the way that the doctor's word is gold, right? And at one point I was this way, but we also can do research and look up different things
Mm-hmm.
as well. So I'm at the doctor's office for the very first time, no orthopedic. I've lost now about 100 and something pounds, early 130 something pounds or so. I've been having some pain in my knees, not as bad as it got at one point, but some pain inside my knees. Doc, can you help me with these knees? I'm inside of his lobby, out in front of everybody, and he tells me, you need to have the gastric surgery. I've had the surgery already. Well, you need to lose some more weight. Okay, let me still sign my name here. You know, so we go in the back. Me still being nice. I haven't got that told you off part yet, because he was deserving one right there. And so we go inside the back. It's me and my husband. And we go in the back, and he's like, they took the X-rays, and so now he's looking over the X-rays, and he's like, you have bone on bone arthritis in both of your knees. He said you need a knee replacement. However, you're too young for a knee replacement right now, because really with the knee replacement, you're gonna, by the time you get 50, you're gonna need another knee replacement. You can't redo the knee replacement so many times. So about time you get 50, well, I think he said in 10 years you'll need, like, supposedly they're only supposed to last like 10
Yeah,
years. So in 10 years
10
you'll need
years.
another
Mm-hmm.
knee replacement. So about time you get 50, you'll be a W amputee. I said, but no, I'm working on this weight loss thing. I've lost 130 something pounds already. I'm going to continue to lose weight. That doesn't matter. About time you get 50, you're looking at being a W amputee. The devil is a lie. I stopped him in his place right here. Right here, sir. This right here, I'm not accepting this. I didn't snap and be rude and so forth, but I gently told him, no, these words right here, I'm not accepting these words right here because I've worked too hard. I believe in the God that's too powerful to believe that he gonna let me go through all of this and come this far to now turn around and say that I'm gonna be stuck in a wheelchair for the rest of my life, no matter what I try. And
Exactly.
so, yeah. And so we left his doctor's office never to come back again. And at this time, I was not your fitness motivator. I was not your fitness coach. I did not have this platform that I have not right now. I was a mother and a wife trying to lose weight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And um,
And I will be on
for,
Ninja Warrior one day, y'all. Just to let y'all know. If don't nobody know what Ninja Warrior is, that's when you jumping across all that thing. I just need to make it through the first obstacle, and I'm good.
okay, look, what? Listen, I'm gonna tell you, you're doing real good. First of all, I'm afraid of heights.
Me too.
You have actually written 3 books. Can you
Yes.
share your 3 books and what was the defining moment for you to write those books?
Okay. So my first book is my baby, my heart, which I should have had here, which is called Finding Acceptable Balance in Order to Change the Scale is to Change Your Mind. It is a self-help workbook. It is all of my books are faith-based. It is a faith-based book with activities in it that tells my story, but not only just my story, because it's great to know my story, but it's even better for you to be able to create your own story. So there's the basics of information in there on how to diet, such as when to diet, when to start your diet, macros, and all that. But it's also other activities on there dealing with those different things I was talking about, such as isolation, feeling hopeless, fear, anxiety, all those different things. So, so many different activities in there. I want to say 21 activities in there for you to work on throughout the time. There's also, like I said, my story and so forth in there. So it's a very, very, very good. There's different Bible verses and so forth for you to meditate on inside of that book. Very, very, very impactful book. It goes really good hand in hand along with this book that we happen to be working out of inside of our group, which is the 90-day Fab Transformation Weight Loss Program by yours truly. It's a 90-day book where you're journaling inside of this book, 90 days working on the mind mentally as well as with your diet. It's a daily proverbs in there as well as a daily question that asks you different things, and also gratitude is in there as well. When we think positive daily, we receive positive daily. And it also gives you 9 different tips on different things to do, such as drinking your water, getting your sleep, getting your exercise, eating your proper foods. And there's a Fab Fit test in there where you're able to test yourself while you're working out. A lot of times when we work out, at the end of our workout, you should find that you are tired, which is a great thing. But a lot of times when we work out, if we find that we're tired, we're not realizing that we have improved. And so the FatFit test allows for you to see that you've made improvement over a course of time. And then my third book, which is a book that is only published when I do the course. It is a 7-day mental detox book where we get into all of the different emotions, how to express emotions, what exactly emotions is. Another assignment that I call is emptying out the bucket. A lot of us do not transition from activity to activity. We go to work and we have all that stuff that takes place on at work, and then we come home and we bring it back home. Understanding stress and also knowing that stress is not always a bad thing. You could have
Yeah.
had a great day at work, but just because so much was going on, it's still stressful. So being able to properly release these emotions, express these emotions, sometimes we find that we have different stuff that's going on the inside of us that we have not addressed, and affects us inside of other different ways. And so it's a 7-day book. It's also spiritual. It goes over the Daniel fast involving communion. It is optional inside of there as well. And so that's that one.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And while you're on this, how can the people find the book?
So that one, like I said, that one is an exclusive one, but the other two are on Amazon. You
Okay.
can go there and find them on Amazon.
Okay. So with it being on Amazon, we're gonna can any of these be purchased from your website?
They may be on the website, but you can email me direct. Like if you want to get a signed copy, you can email me directly and get the signed copy. As long as I have them in stock, or you give me a chance to get them in stock, I can sign them for you and get them shipped out to you. But they are also on Amazon, either or.
Okay, so what I have is I have your information scrolling across the bottom. I have your website and I have your email information at the bottom. And again, you can go to her website, not her website. You can go to Amazon to purchase those 2 of those books. So you definitely want to. I'm gonna have to make sure I get my copy because I need the 90-day transformation and I'm gonna need the 7-day detox. Because I think that I have gotten myself at a plateau. So I'm going to say this because one of the things that I have been watching you for a while.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I loved about your program is your exercising techniques. I started watching you when you pulled out the chair. You was doing the chair exercises. So can you share a little bit about your program? of
Okay,
how you
so
created it and all of that stuff.
my exercises, the chair, I was working out in the chair. What really drove the chair home even stronger is when I injured my knee in 2019, and I was on crutches for
Mm.
like 3 months. And that's, I'm trying to think, was I doing the chair before then? I can't remember, but I know that's what really, really, really put me in the chair then when I injured my knee. But I started to see that the chair ain't that bad, and you get your heart rate up, and gravity isn't all that crazy on you, and you can and listen. Don't knock the chair. Go do one of my chair workouts. You go like, ooh, Rissa, wait
Listen,
a
her
minute.
chair exercise is actually very intense. It really is. I'm telling you. Okay, so during COVID, I really started like I was like, she doing the chair exercise. Let me see what this is about. And then I literally watched you a couple of times before I actually started doing it with you.
That's how it
So,
starts.
so
Okay.
I'm like, let me see how this is gonna be. But the real reason why I started watching you is because for my mom, I was like, I wonder if my mom can do this. And I was like, oh my goodness, I think she can do the beginning of it. But then I was like, well, she gonna need to do some.
Leave mama alone because I got 60, 70-year-old women. I got 200 pound, 400 pound, 600 pound women that's doing the workouts. It's modify the modify. If I'm still going and you tired, you march in place. It's my job to overdo it because if I'm tired, of course you're going to be tired. And so that's what I always say, work at your pace. If I'm giving you low energy, that's what you're going to move at. So I have to do extra, to give you that energy. And so do you always, long as the only way you're doing it wrong if you're not smiling. If you're not smiling, your formation is off, and so you have to make sure you're smiling, make sure that you're having a good time, make sure that you get your heart rate up, give it your all. But if you got to stop, walk in place, I even tell some of my fabs sometimes they'll do one segment of it in the morning and then come back and do another segment of it in the afternoon. That is fine, the body will still appreciate you.
Okay, and I'm telling you, your exercises are fabulous, fabulous. I love it. I love it.
Listen, we was working out at the park today. The kids tapped out on me. There were a few of them walked off on the stage. We were standing up, but they're like, "Lady, it is high." I wasn't
Look,
mad at them.
okay, look, that was another reason why I liked the chair exercise thing because I was able to do it in the house because I'm
Yes.
not a fan of the heat. But if I go out there, I have to go early in the morning or late at night because
Yes.
I'm not doing the gym right now.
And let me even tell you, I had to even accept the chair exercises because when I would see people in the street and they would recognize me, they would say, "You the girl that do the chair exercises." And I'm like, "I do chair exercises once or twice a week. Why y'all don't know me for standing up?" And I had to realize, Rissa, that's what makes you different. That's what
Yeah.
makes you stand out. Stop fighting what people recognize you for. But people look at the chair exercises as being lazy. People look at the chair exercises as inadequate, not enough. And here I am, the big girl. I got to prove. I got to prove that I can do so much. And so I don't want to be recognized as a girl in the chair at first. And so it, even that took me a while to accept it, that I'm recognized as because they'll say, "You the girl that do the exercise in the chair," instead of me being like, "Oh, somebody recognized me." I'm like, "So you ain't see me standing up yesterday?"
Okay, exactly. Because
So
look,
now tomorrow when I stand up, I gotta really hurt my knee to show if I can do it. Help me, Lord.
okay, listen, you do an amazing job, and I
Thank
thank you
you.
for it. So we gotta touch on where you are right now. With you transition. Okay, so you lost. 300 pounds. You're now a fitness, motivational
Really
expert.
fit.
I'm claiming you are an expert. And I
Yes, I
say you're an
can.
expert because you didn't start this journey 2 months ago. You didn't
Amen.
start this journey 5 years ago.
Amen.
You've been at this journey for how
All
long?
my life, fact.
Okay, so you're an expert because
But
I
eight
did
years for sure.
31 years on a job
Yes.
to gain the title of what I do.
Mhm.
So you did how many years on this job doing what you do? You're an expert.
Yes. Yes.
You're an
The
expert.
title that I think I'm supposed to have um is really fab motivator, maybe fab coach, because who I am and what I am is not created for everybody else right now, helping women find acceptable balance, fab, find acceptable balance. And that may also be another reason to why I can't just say life coach, even though I've been drifting off into it. But fab motive, it's just that when I say fab motivator, people are like, what is that? But because it's the health, the wellness, and the spirituality, it's like it's not just the one piece. It's not just the
Yeah.
fitness, but it's not just the spirituality, but it's not just the wellness. It's like it's your whole life. Like we're trying to find balance in this whole life thing, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
So you have the change after 40 that said powerful testimony. And
Thank you.
then you have Miss Ebony.
Hey, Sister
Yay!
Queen.
And she said, I love it, sis. I love it, sis. Yes, we love it. We love it. We love it. So now share with us where you are now. You're on another journey. God has given you a whole nother assignment.
Yes.
And you are walking in a place of queenship.
Yes. So, I am your Mrs. Sunshine State. I am getting ready to head off to nationals in June next month to get ready to compete in nationals for Mrs. Plus America. Um, and I am spreading this platform, FAB, finding acceptable balance, sharing my story, what you just heard right now, sharing my story, sharing hope, letting women know that we can be curvaceous and we can be healthy, at the same time, that we can love ourselves and we can, make good, healthy eating decisions. And that, for me, it's not about the number, on a scale when I'm saying, that come on, let's eat some good stuff, and let's exercise and so forth. It's not because I'm trying to be a size two, but it's because there was a time to where I couldn't do stuff with my baby. There was a time
Mm-hmm.
to where, I couldn't fit in the chair. I couldn't hardly walk around a store, and it was hard for me to keep my house clean and properly wash myself, just different stuff like that. And I want to be healthy. I don't want to just be here. I want to be my best self. Now, for somebody that maybe have 20 pounds to lose, it may not be that extreme. But however, have had some sisters as well that, hey, Jerisha, I've had my fabs on here. Whoop, whoop. I have had some sisters as well that maybe have gained 20 pounds and they've seen sudden changes as well. 20 pounds is 20 times 5 is 100 pounds on your joints.
Yeah.
And so it makes a big difference. So we heading off to nationals and we're getting ready to compete, and I'm shedding this platform and using both using the pageant to pull me out of my comfort zone, doing more networking, doing more speaking with people, telling people about fab. You can have a
Mm-hmm.
great thing, but if you don't tell people about it, no one will know. And so the pageant is helping me in that aspect. The pageant is helping me to meet more powerful people. The pageant is helping me to be able to push myself outside of my comfort zone. We got into that COVID comfort zone to where we kind of stayed inside the house and didn't get out. So I've been out inside the community, speaking, sharing fab, doing different events and so forth, as well as bringing fab to the pageant as well, letting us plus size women know, because the pageant is a plus size faith based pageant, but also letting us plus size women know that we can be plus size, beautiful, and healthy.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
And for that young lady, that person that's out there that is toiling over not being able to lose weight, that's in that dark space, that wants to come out, what is it that you would leave with them to share to help bring them out and let them know that they're not alone?
Hi to my little brother. But first of all, let me say, you're not alone, because there is a God above that sees you. There is a God above that loves you. It took me to really call on him for him to be able to help me with this thing. This journey is not a all or nothing type journey. And a lot of times that's where we get stuck. We get stuck believing that in order for me to start my diet, I gotta wait on Monday. I gotta wait till after my birthday. I gotta have everything together. That I gotta see these huge numbers drop on the scale. I got 100 pounds to lose, so the 2 pounds a week is just too much. And I understand because I've been there before. But 2 pounds a week is 104 pounds a year. That's a big deal,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But to take small
Wow.
babies, yes. I be like, if you was 104 pounds lighter today from this time last year, wouldn't you be happy? And everybody be like, yeah,
Yes.
you know. Um, but to take small baby steps, if you've been eating Snicker bars every day, every night for the last 10 years, to start saying that I'm just gonna cold turkey, never, ever, ever, ever again, that's kind of hard. So maybe eat a half a Snickers bar, and
Mm.
that's how I go by making cuts. Once I learned to figure out, okay, I can make cuts and make improvisions and do what I like. I don't believe in forcing myself to eat stuff that I don't enjoy. With that being said, I'm not gonna eat macaroni and cheese all day long. Now you are gonna give me some macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna have a small portion, but it's not gonna be all day long. Find an exercise that you enjoy. There's so many different types. People used to always tell me, go walking. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. Walking hurted me because the way my legs are, the strides hurted. And so the thing that everybody kept telling me was so easy, I kept trying to do, and I would do it for 2 or 3 days. And because I was in so much pain, I would quit. And so it made me think I was lazy and that I didn't like exercising. You put me in a Zumba class, it's going down. I'm in the front. Even if I got the moves wrong, it's going down. But find what you enjoy, find what you like, find the foods you get you a support,
Mm.
accountability. I thank God for my fabs. For my fabs, I tell them this is a complete circle. Them showing up. Thank God for Michelle. I always, one of my fabs, Michelle, when I first started working out online. I didn't have a schedule. I would just pop up, show up, hit the live button. Michelle started asking me, Rissa, when you coming back? One of these days, what time you coming? One of these days. I'm like, all right, Michelle, let me pick a time. Michelle Barnaby. Love you, sis. One of these times, okay? And so I had to start picking a time. That gave me accountability. And then it grew into all of these sisters here, but them showing up all the time. It is a complete circle of us checking in on each other. So find something that
Yes.
makes you accountable, someone that makes you accountable where you have to check in to something to where you continue to go and you're making these small steps. But all in all, know that you can do this. It takes small daily steps to keep going. And at the end of the day, whether if you have the friends, the spouse, because I love my husband dearly. but my husband doesn't feel like he need to lose weight. So there's not that many days that he's out there walking with me. But this is about me and my health. So whether if the hubby go walking, whether if the kids go walking, whether if the neighbor go walking, this is about my life and my health.
Yes.
You still have to do it for you.
You got to do it for you. You have to do it for
Hmm.
you. Well, Rissa, we have been on the show for literally an hour. And I
Yes.
still
Feel
feel
like
like we
five
still have.
minutes.
I know it feels like it's been 5 minutes, like it's just gone by so fast. And
Yes.
I still have so much more to ask you, but I'm going to have you to come back on the show
Definitely, please
because,
do.
yes. Now, one of the things I know that you wanted to share is that if you're out doing community service, and
Yes.
I know this morning you was out doing some community service this morning.
Yes.
Um, you have been doing so many amazing things, and I love the journey that you're on, and we want to support you. So, um, before I need you to share your information so that everybody can contribute, can help you, can whatever they need to do to help you on this journey. I need for you to share that information so that the people can connect and support you through this process.
Let me understand what you're saying, sis.
Okay, so you you're going to compete.
I
So how
am.
can this audience, the plans of the righteous audience, help you with that process?
How can y'all sow into my life? Is that what you saying, sis? Yes, I will be honored. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And guys, I am traveling again, like Miss Cynthia said, I am traveling to this. Y'all see this? Some guy got to work on me, right? How to receive. So y'all see we ain't playing this, right? I'm traveling. And in the pageant, it's a pretty penny. You know, there's travel expenses, there is makeup expenses, hair expenses, lodge expenses, and I would like to compete. I would like to be at the top notch. I would like to win. I would like to represent us well. And if you can help me by share the post. I'm on Facebook, Clarissa Young, across social media. If you can help by giving financial donations, my Cash App is Clarissa M. Young. My Zelle is
Hold
95
on, Clarissa
Clarissa.
M. Young is your cash out?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Yes.
just putting it in the comments.
My Zelle is 954-655-0238. If you go on my social media, Clarissa Young, you'll see it there as well. And let's say you know a business owner that's looking to give back, because maybe you like Clarissa, I don't have it, but you know a business owner that's looking to give back. Share my story with them. I know this young lady that she's doing so much inside the community and she can use some backing up to be able to help, to be able to sow into her life so she can continue to be a blessing unto others, to be able to give them hope as well. Speak to that business owner about me and see if they will be willing to help to financially support as well, to be able to maybe even speak on their platforms and get the word out as well. All help helps, whether if it's a $5 donation, a $20 donation, $5,000 donation. Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. So you guys, we dropped down all the information for you guys to definitely connect with her. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming on the Real
Thank
Talk
you.
Show. Thank you for saying yes to the cause. I thank you for God, you giving God your yes,
Yes.
for Him to use you as that vessel to bring people to Him. It's not many platforms where you're able to impact people, not only mind, but their body, but you include God in the process. So therefore, God is going to definitely bless you because, hey, you're doing his work and you're doing his will. So I really believe you are walking in your divine purpose. And I thank you for coming on the Real Talk Show, for sharing your testimony and being life changing to us.
Thank you.
Us.
Yeah.
You've changed my life too, okay?
When I tell you, I have enjoyed this so much, so much. You are so phenomenal, so phenomenal. Like I felt right at home, Miss Cynthia. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for having me on, having this opportunity, this Real Talk show that you have here. It's phenomenal, giving people like myself an opportunity to be able to get on here and share our story. What you doing is phenomenal as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
And how
you.
God has
Thank
blessed
you.
you in this amount of time.
Yeah, because y'all, I didn't know I was signing up for this. I did not know I was signing up for this. I'm just going to tell you, I was that one that wanted to be in the background, did not know that I was going to be the face of. I did not know what he was doing. And I understand your journey because our journeys were very similar. And that's
Yes.
why we connected. I thank God. Um, but hey, when you give him your yes, you just gotta accept what he gives to you and walk in what he's blessed you with. And so that's what we're doing. It's not about us, it's all about him. And continue to allow him to use us and transform our lives. So I thank you for being that transformational coach. Okay, you earned that title. You earned it. You earned it. You
Look,
earned it.
I
Walk in because you
received.
are an expert, and God is using you to do some amazing things. So, you guys, we gotta go. We have gone over our time. I do apologize, but this here was a testimony that we just had to share. Definitely connect with her. I'm going to run her information across the screen again so that you guys can definitely get in contact with her. Um, so let me see here. I want to make sure, check, make sure you connect with her. For those that don't know, we have launched off our P2S, which is our group coaching program. We specialize in group coaching for faith-based business owners. We take you to the next level. We help you to take your business from startup to profit. And then we also just launched off the Legacy Academy. I'm super, super hyped about that. The Legacy Academy is a membership program, and you'll have the information down below in the comments. You'll be able to see them. And the Legacy Academy is providing you with all the tools, the resources to be with like-minded people. And yes, we use biblical principles. It's all about
Yes.
God being the CEO of our businesses. We use biblical principles to create success stories. Connect with us on Facebook. Join our Facebook group if you have not done so already, which is the Plans of the Righteous Facebook group. And definitely subscribe to the channel. I want to meet you guys here every single Saturday. We meet here 7 p.m. and we enjoy bringing forth people like Clarissa, who is faith-based. She is doing the work and the will of our Heavenly Father. She is impacting lives, changing lives. She has a testimony to share that's going to bring people unto God. So definitely connect with us, subscribe to our channel. But we got to go, y'all. So Clarissa,
Love
tell the
y'all.
people we got to go.
We gotta go. Love
Bye.
y'all.